Okay, we're back doing some 2v2. It's been a very long time. So, Rain next. I don't know who this is. I think it's Zagadoshny Довер, something like that. Zagadoshny Довер, which I believe means trust in the mysterious, something like that. But I don't know who the player is. So, moving on. We'll just call him Довер. And we've got Cry, who's the K-Nob. So Довер is the Force Commander, Cry is the K-Nob, and they're going to be facing off against the Demon Hunter of Mostafa and Kickin's Warboss. Wait, so if we got... Oh, we don't have the Orc Mirror. Sad. So Kickin's Warboss is going to have to tolerate dealing with some Space Marines, which can be deeply frustrating in a team game, but we'll see, we'll see. A little rotation here. Doubling in the centre. Scouts and Space Marines rotating. I don't know what the Demon Hunter's doing so far forward with his bolter. I was just going to comment the Demon Hunter probably a lot stronger now in team games now that he starts with a bolter. I bet he's really good in team games. Look at him, he's so annoying. He does so much damage in melee, man. It's actually the same damage as the Tech Marine, but it's really fucking high. I really feel like these ranged heroes do too much damage in melee, but I don't know. We've been nerfing all the melee heroes, and now I want to nerf all the ranged heroes, apparently. It just, I don't know, it feels wrong. I think it's just this guy and the Tech Marine. The melee damage feels insane. But there you go. Isn't it funny that we've seen IST get buffed, reducing them to 4 models but keeping the same stats so that they bleed less? It's definitely a big buff. Yet nevertheless, we still so rarely see double IST builds with the Ordo Malleus. Why is that? What's going on there? Is it that IST are bad? I don't think so. Surely not. It can't be, right? IST can't be that bad now. But we still don't see it. It's interesting. But anyway, we're going to have the Purgation coming out. Seeing the Strike Squad there, just trying to use their Storm Bolters. Didn't want to go into melee with the Sluggers. Not whilst Commando Nob and Shooters were nearby. But we've still got the 2v1 going on. You've got Tactical Marines down here from Довер putting pressure on. Which means you would expect that Kickin will be able to get some success up here. And, whoa, he's got success. He fully decapped and capped Dover's natural power. And noted it. That's bad. But Довер was waiting for second tax, so that's why he obviously didn't have much of a force to fight the Warboss early on. But now Looters are coming out. Kickin probably a little bit too defensive with the Looters. Довер gonna take Kickin's natural requisition over here and then should get out of there before the Sluggers come and make a mess of those Space Marines. But a lot of pressure coming on for Mostafa. He had the lighter build just like Довер, and that obviously risks losing the natural farm on both sides. So, because it's these two farms that are generally more exposed and the ones where you tend to lose. And actually a nice flank here from Kickin Shooters. Oh, and his Warboss. Alright, good rotation from Kickin. This is going to be a full route now for Cry. Yeah, good rotation, and the Shooters are in position to start taking out these gens. Довер is going to send his Force Commander over, and Sluggers are going to move down. But then they're isolated right now, and this is too much. Purgation in play, and Strike Squad. Yeah, I don't think these guys even want to go into melee. They're going to get rinsed. Yeah, I might go into melee here with the Shooters, but Purgation not being tied up is a problem. Oh, he times it with the ASM jump. That's pretty nice. Good stomp. Yeah, they got to get out of there. Strike Squad got into melee with the Looters, but I don't know what the Purgation were doing advancing so far forward there with ASM and Sluggers with Burners in retreat. ASM go for the second jump. Can they get the wipe? They should. Yeah, triple chainsword hits. They get the wipe on the Purgation, so wow. That kind of mitigates losing the gens, really. Looters haven't done anything. Kickin very lazy with his Looters. He could have pushed them up. Started capping this point, and these Sluggers would be free to get on there. By the time the Looters finish capping the point, they could protect the farm again. So, I mean, right now, really good comeback for the blue team. They're looking like they're in a good spot. Mostafa has got Crusaders in tier 1. Wow. I guess, yeah, he feels like he needs to get units out now. He doesn't want to wait for the build time. Gen farm is getting broken. Needs some more melee. Downside of Crusaders is they're only light infantry. Oh, he's got rid of the Emperor as well. Wow, okay. I'm running into melee. Oh, beautiful fucking stun bomb there from Cry. Beautiful stuff. What's that caught? That caught 2 Crusaders, 2 Strike Squad Grey Knights, and the Demon Hunter. But look at that. Draws the fire. Uses the stasis ability. I don't even know what the name of it is. What's the name of it? Indomitable. Gets the Crusaders into melee with the looters, and you can see Crusaders are pretty scary. They're like mini banshees. They only do normal melee, but they're very speedy for a tier 1 melee squad. But they're very vulnerable to getting shot. But that's, yeah, good synergy with the Indomitable to get them into melee without being shot via the stasis. So that was pretty nice, actually. Wiped the looters quite easily. Lucky to get the special when he did, but yeah, that was good. Now, meanwhile, the looter did get dislodged, but it looks like the FC's isolated here, so he's not going to achieve a whole lot. Looter just going to reset up in his face, and he's going to have to leave. Commando's sneaking around for some reason. What's he doing? Oh, no. No, he's alright. I'm getting confused between the 2 Orc players now. Great. That's who I'm looking for. Kickin's hero. The war boss. But yeah, look at this. Kickin already has a war truck out. I mean, yeah, he had no investment in his boys in tier 1. No war gear. So no wonder. He spent way less than anyone else. And we can see. No one else is even tier 2 yet, and he's already got his truck out. But looter repositions. A lot of bleed here on the shooters. They're attempting to do something. This is an interesting synergy, isn't it? The word of the Emperor to buff their speed after you Indomitable them, so that they can get into melee. Did drop 2 models there, trying to keep his ranged units in play to bleed these Crusaders. Crusaders are adamant to stay in melee with the looters. Demon Hunter should be forced in melee. Can the shooters take out the Crusader? No, he's got 150 HP. Thanks to that buff that the Crusaders get. Look at that. 1687 max HP right now. So it says that's obviously due to the HP and damage buff that the Crusaders get every time one of them dies. The rest of them get a zealous figure. Demon Hunter stalling, gonna go Indomitable again and disengage. Cry pushing it right now with very few models on these squads. Is he going for a... No, his Commander Nob's back there, so he can't be going for a Call the Boys. I would not be doing that. I just come back and heal. I don't think he's gonna have the opportunity to get much of a gem bash off. Let's see what this war trick can do. Довер is now tier 2, but no AV yet for him. Power is a problem. I actually prioritised getting the Thunder Hammer. I wonder if he got that before seeing the truck. I would hope so, otherwise I would think that you want the, something else. Nice rotation by the looters here. Routes both those attacks. Not only routes them, but must have used infiltration. Caught one of the attacks up close and got a model, which is beautiful. And hey, to be honest, Cry did push through and got the entire gen farm. Oh, there was a Slugger squad. I wonder where that came from. Was it down here already? I don't know, I can't keep up. 2v2 things, boys. But yeah, we see the Rhino here. Not really very surprising. It's a counter to the looters, and it has great synergy with the Crusaders, because Crusaders are a lot cheaper than Grey Knights to reinforce. And of course, it allows you to stack up their buff more. You just keep reinforcing the squad. Get more and more of that buff. Probably want to see an upgrade on the IST at this point. Commander not going to run into melee. Demon Hunter Indomitables them to save them. And here is the Rhino turned into a Razorback already. Going to be the end of the Commando knob. That's to be done, yeah. And FC with his Thunderhammer. FC seems to be running around a lot on his own. I don't really know why. And with the War Boss and the Slugger Knobs behind the looters there, the ASM decide, nah, I'm not even going to go for the second jump. I just want to disengage and get a more favourable position. So yeah, they get their little battle frenzy now, which I believe gives them more damage and damage resistance. Something like that. And then in tier 3, that gets upgraded. Might also give them extra speed, buff the stats, and of course they get the Minister and Priest, who is very, very powerful melee combatant. But the main synergy here for Mostafa is going to be reinforcing those Crusaders off the Rhino. We'll see how Cry can deal with the Rhino. It's always nice when you've got a Space Marine to help you out, if they can set up a nice stun with the Melter Bomb. Well, not stun, but you know what I mean, snare with a Melter Bomb. Then you can do some good things afterwards. Gets hit by a zap from the Weird Boy, but pretty easily countered by just putting your units inside the Rhino. No Justicar on the strike squad yet. Mostafa's struggling for resources. Ooh, big. Oh, did that actually hit? No, it didn't. Wow, he just dodged the shooter. That would have been brutal if that Weird Boy hit actually went in. So the missile attacks are going to be routing the forces of Kickin there. I wanted to check if he's got metal bombs. He doesn't, so he's not going to be able to finish off that war truck most likely. Demon Hunter now picking up the Force Rod. Man, why is this thing not a proper ranged weapon yet? Honestly. And the Razorback proving to be resilient. Do we get a For the Emperor missile onto the back of the Razorback? Shoot! Bang! Not going to be enough. Oh, wow. Fucking hell, I had to move my head closer to the screen to see what that was. 6 HP, and the Thunder Hammer Force Commander kills it. Not the Power Fist, just the Thunder Hammer. That's all you need when it's 6 HP, remember. Jeez. Power melee weapons do 15% of their damage to vehicles. Heavy melee is 50%, but yeah, 15% of the Thunder Hammer. Still good enough to take out that Razorback right there. So that's a pretty big win. What? Mostafa has gone for double Crusaders. Is he out of his mind? I understand he's got the Blessed Icon. I find it weird he's gone for the Force Rod. What's that all about? But yeah, Blessed Icon once again. All the Order Malleus troops running into melee here, catching out the tax. Not great for them. IST, not really needed here. I don't know why they're here. They've got las guns. They're not meant to be running into melee, but okay. And he's just going to move around in a zealous mob. I would have thought that the Inferno Glaive would have been better. The Force Glaive. It's more DPS as a melee weapon. It's a more powerful ability when in melee. I mean, now he's just fucking running into base. What's this all about, Mostafa? What's he doing? Eh? I know you can stasis out, but for God's sake. Wow, he's actually he's managed to like get through the turrets. What the fuck was that? Just charged right in. Psychic Fortress. Why? I don't know what Mostafa's doing. He's trolling here, man. Doing some sort of experiment. But there you go. Довер putting some pressure onto the farm over here by Kickin. Where are all Kickin's units? So, yeah, they're a bit all over the place. Obviously, that was Kickin's sluggers bashing over here with the truck. So, you only had the looters, but obviously ASM are in play, and without sluggers to counter-initiate the ASM, the looters are going to struggle. Second jump does manage to snag one of them with a looter beforehand. Now, this is a bad situation for the ASM. Obviously, they didn't expect the war truck to be driving over right when it was, using For the Emperor there, but no good when the sluggers come out. Yeah, nice. Just finish all the gens and then disengage with attacks. What level are them to? Well, they're only level 1 still. Level 1 scouts, just default scouts, using them for capping. Quite common in team games. You might see later on as it goes on, they start getting upgraded with, well, with everything. Shotguns, infiltration, and sergeant. But maybe just infiltration, using them to decap naturals over and over again. Okay. That was a little bit of a fail there with a grappling hook kaboom. Oh, yeah, snags it. I think that was Stormbolters that managed to finish off the Weird Boy there in retreat. And Slugger's a little bit outnumbered right now. Yeah, double Crusaders and a strike squad. Oh, nice Call the Boys, though. Beautiful stun bomb into a Call the Boys. Really nice play once again. Protects them on retreat with a Psychic Fortress, but they turned their attention anyway to the Demon Hunter at that point, who, again, like, was that Force Rod worth it there, that little bit of disruption and damage over time? I don't think so. The damage is way higher, on the Inferno Glaive, because obviously that ability requires the enemy to be right around you rather than at a distance. And then you'd actually be doing, like... What's the Force Glaive? Is it like 80 DPS power melee? It's a lot. So, I don't get it, man. The Force Rod's really good against ability-dependent units. Lots of setup teams. Or ranged blobs. And he's not really fighting that. Oh, it's a bad spot for IST. No upgrades on these guys, remember. Yikes. Yep, get killed. Well, I mean, kind of deserved that, running them around with no upgrades. And he's got no detection either against the Commander Knob. That is kind of inevitable, to be honest. But it's looking decent for the red team. Both of them are now in tier 3. VPs are very even. Довер is also tier 3. He's picked up some Vanguard veterans. He's given a Power Fist too. Really wants to try and take out this war truck. But you do lose your ASM melter, so that guaranteed snare's gone. And he jumps right into the looters. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, he had the Thunderhammer Force Commander ready to teleport onto the looters, so that's fine. And they're going to get a bash going. Quite fast to bash when you've got the missile launcher Tactical Space Marine. But Mostafa then is free to move in and take out the natural gen farm of Cry. But Kickin doing a really good job actually rotating around the map. His war boss there busy capping the natural VP of Довер, who has left nothing to defend it. He might want to consider getting a late game Devastator just to protect that VP from sluggers that walk in, or the war boss. No Stormboys, of course, for Kickin, so he won't have an easy counter to something like that, which is why I think it'd be very good for the low sunk costs. But after he gets a Land Raider Redeemer, I have to assume Довер is getting a Land Raider Redeemer right now. Must be what he's saving up for. He could afford anything else if he wanted it. And if you want Terminators, you generally want to get them ASAP so that you can get the 5-minute cooldown timer ticking, so that you might get multiple Terminators in a game. Very questionable jump there from the Vanguards, going to get easily counter-initiated, and they jumped once again right into the looters, so I don't know if it was planned last time that the Commander Knob did what he did, if it was more good luck than good judgment. Priests are now present in the Crusader squads, and that is going to be very scary to fight them in melee. That was a nice kaboom to disrupt them, but I think he blew up one of his own squads. And if he didn't blow them up, they got wiped anyway, so... Not great. Even with the reduced DPS from the Blessed Icon, these guys will do some pretty scary damage when they're chasing things down. They also get the extra speed, I believe, from Battle Frenzy. Does it tell me? Further increasing damage resistance and health regen. Oh, no. Oh, passively increases squad damage resistance and damage by 20% just when he's present. Wow. And a 55 DPS power melee weapon as well. Very, very scary unit. And especially because he's not just got them now in tier 3. He's had them for a while, so these guys are level 2 and level 3. And now he's going to go for a Vortimer Razorback. Very OP at the moment, the price of this thing. Which I've been saying for, I feel like, over a year, but no one seemed to believe me for some reason. The DPS to single targets, including vehicles, is just way too high. But we'll see. Even with it being overpowered for the price, it's not going to be able to stand up to a battle wagon. But this should be a good opportunity for the red team to gain some VPs though, as it will take a long time for the battle wagon to get its stuff. Damage resistance there from the Battle Frenzy, protecting the Crusaders quite a bit. Though that was still a decent chunk of damage. Coming onto these guys, they will eventually need to heal, but yeah, these guys are so scary in melee right now. It's Ordo Malleus. Blob. Here comes the Vortimer. Force Commander's a brilliant target for it, but there is a Land Raider Redeemer as well. Oh, the Land Raider Redeemer will be amazing against the Crusaders. Those heavy flamers on the side will do a lot to their light infantry armor. I think actually, yeah, they are fire resist. They are used to charging into battle and chopping people up whilst flamers are going around. But they'll still take a lot from those Inferno cannons. Beamy Looter's getting some hits in. Warboss is here with the wrong weapon, to be honest, but he's causing a nice distraction. And they're going to drop a Rocks on the Land Raider Redeemer. Vortimer now engages too. No AV in play. Oh dear. Oh wow, and they had the Banishing Cloak, Rites of Exorcism to snare and add DR, and add a DR debuff to the Land Raider Redeemer, but that should be the end of the Vortimer as well. What the hell are the missile attacks doing? There you go, missile into the rear arm of the Vortimer Razorback, it crashes, and the Battle Wagon now shows itself as well. So all these tier 3 units finally coming out and just getting destroyed instantly in that initial engagement. Greedy plays by the players, Довер pushing it far too deep into the middle there without any support. Overconfident on the durability of the Land Raider Redeemer, and that is also why we save up our red in team games, so we have access to those timely nukes. Crazy amount of resources in the back for Kickin. I wonder what he is deliberating right now. He's only 52 pops, so he could literally get a Battle Wagon himself. But he's going for a Nob Squad, so he doesn't want the Battle Wagon for some reason. I suppose there would be some redundancy there when you've already got a War Truck to transport your units around, and unlike the Battle Wagon, actually able to reinforce off of that thing. Nob Squad seems like a decent idea, will be a good counter to these ranged Terminators, which are now being called in by Довер. We did see the biggest contributor to killing the Vortimer Razorback here was this Rocket Launcher Commando Nob. Such a powerful tier 3 AV unit. It's a bit of a pain in 1v1 because you've got to get to tier 3, which is really hard. But god, in team games where it's a bit easier to get to tier 3, such a good AV unit. Oh, this is a bit bad. Bit bad for Mostafa. He set up the Rites of Exorcism there, debuff to the Battle Wagon. You can see that little purple sort of crosshair. Oh, but he didn't realise this walked right into the beamer. So he used the Psychic Assailment to get 30% extra range and damage on the beamer, but the line of sight blocked him, so even though he was in the Arc of Fire, he couldn't actually hit the Battle Wagon. So he wasted most of that effect. Even trying to take out the K-Nob with the Force Rod. Should it get him? Yep, it does. But then has to get out of there. This is the double. This is a lot of things in retreat. Vanguard. Power Fist does a lot of single target damage in a single hit. Wow, nearly taking him out there. Is he going to get him? If that plasma hit rather than missed, that might have been it. Not sure. Nobs need to be careful here. Yeah. Way too much. Plasma guns here to do bonus damage to them. Kraken rounds. Nice damage from the Battle Wagon and the disruption from the Vanguard into 3-pound melee weapons. Nobs are strong, but they're not that strong.
Good idea. You're so cunning and masterful.
So I wonder what's the play from Mostafa here then? Okay, the red team are now actually quite far behind on VPs. Once again, Kickin used his sluggers nicely to take the natural here, but they're struggling to take the center. The Battle Wagon was a really nice purchase from Cry. It's got the speed and it's also got anti-melee inherent on it when you can activate the Death Roller on the front to run over any of these silly Crusaders that charge in and give them. It's very nice. Force Rod again, like what's that doing to tax? Not a lot. They're too tanky per model and they don't have any abilities that are relevant, so what's the point? Oh my god, Vanguard Veterans taking an obscene amount of damage here. Double Crusaders that... Oh. What? Why is that a thing? The Foot of Gork that we're trying to hit over there, for some reason hit the fucking wall. Why is there like an arc of fire on the Foot of Gork? What is that all about? That could have been quite devastating. That was quite a blob of red units. How the hell did it hit the wall? That is so strange. It's like it's programmed to have an arc. What? Oh wow, big damage there from the beamer. Oh, I guess really no, the damage was from the knobs. The knobs in melee with the Battle Wagon. A bit poor to keep him in for so long. I guess he hoped the Death Roller would do a bit more. Charging back in with that charge. Oh my god, get out of there, Cry. Knobs are still in play, brother. And they're getting buffed by the Bang Bang Hammer. And use your choppers. And of course, wah. Oh wow, the final headbutt. The final heavy melee headbutt. Claims the life of the Battle Wagon. That is pretty bad. No energy for a vomit. Where did the vomit go? Or was he still just recovering his energy thanks to the Foot of Gork? I don't know, but a vomit would have been so useful there to disrupt the knobs and double Crusaders. But the blue team, whilst they're ahead in VPs quite substantially, now looking very thin on the units. I do like the bang bang hammer with the knobs, it's so good. A lot of pop still for Kickin. Just get a battle wagon Kickin, fuck it. Send the battle wagon against the contested VP constantly with the sluggers. That'll be a nightmare, meanwhile the main army goes in the mid. That'd be good, I think. Yeah, when you lose too many units as an Orc in tier 3, you just resort to spamming commandos. It's because they're a generalist unit, so it makes sense. Any other unit that Cry gets is going to have, like, obvious weaknesses and downsides. But commandos, they're okay against everything. So we've got 70 VPs for the red team, and the blue team are on the mid once again. I really wish Kickin would buy another unit. I don't like that it's floating this much. He can afford the battle wagon, right? Oh no, he can't. He's 81 pop. Oh fucking hell, that's annoying. Alright, well, sack off some shooters then, because I don't think shooters are doing that much for you at this point. Certainly the boys who don't even have big shooters. Just bleed a few models on them and get a battle wagon. That's my take. Or a pain boy. Get a pain boy. You've got a knob squad running around. Not even with full HP. You can get your cyborg implant on them, boost their speed. Mostafa is finally building his Grey Knight Terminators. But they're losing time, man. Kickin once again, decapping the natural. He's done amazing at that. And that is... Man, that's probably saved him like 150, 200 VPs. Another good kaboom. Mostafa, for some reason, is running the beamer into melee. What's going on here, Mostafa? Mostafa? Oh dear. But the knobs get on the Terminators, they gotta leg it. Another... Oh, Stern Guard now. Interesting. Nice! Right in me crosshairs! From the commander there, disrupting the knobs. Buying some time for his Space Marine ally to chip away at them in range. Fucking hell! I love the grappling hook on the commander knob, it's such a fun war gear. That was one of the best additions in Elite Mod for sure. Crusaders though, so damn fast. With that priest, managed to snag him. And knobs just tanking like crazy. They've been getting shot at with plasma pistol Vanguard chasing them, with a Stern Guard, plasma gun attacks and assault cannon Terminators for so damn long. Orbital bombardment. Must be from Mostafa, yeah, wow. Ooh, that's a juicy orbital bombardment. Oh, nice. Don't think it's going to get any wipes. Space Marines are so damn tanky, but it's pretty juicy. Good damage on them. Domino knockback onto the Vanguard, who are getting chopped up by Grey Knight Terminators. Not the ideal situation for them. Thunderhammer not quite as effective against Grey Knight Terminators thanks to their knockback immunity. The Vomit does catch 2 of them. And we have a 2-0 cap in favour of the red team right now. But looks like the Demon Hunter will fall to the Orc Daka. Will he? Will he? Commanders didn't pursue, didn't try and finish him off. They could have. But their priority right now is taking that central VP. Now the Terminators are isolated. They're trying to kill the weird boy. Does he have Warpath? Oh my god, they knock him over with the special. I think he's dead. Yikes, they get him. But his explosion knocks over the Terminators, who are taking some significant damage right now. Though I'm not really sure what from, because it's mostly pacing. Oh no, it's not. There's a plasma gun attack right there. Wow, and he just dices up that commando squad. No, not commandos. What was that? I don't even know. Another kaboom. And a rocks in the middle. Terminators disengaged because knobs and sluggers are back in the field play. So the rocks is going to prevent the shooters from capping, which will push the VPs down again. But there was a decap by some units down here of Cry, I think. Was it Cry? No, it was the Vanguard Veterans. Oh, I don't even know what it was. I think it might have been the Vanguard Veterans down there, but they just got wiped by the double Crusaders. And yeah, the Terminator's coming back into play, trying to decap that mid, but the plasma gun attacks are still in play, and the Orc Daka. Orc Daka not really too scary, but honestly the plasma attacks are a problem. Oh, but here come the Crusader boys. Yeah, so the Demon Hunter now can focus on decapping the VP. Crusaders need to get into melee, and he's routed the plasma attacks, so the Terminators should be relatively safe now. But they, to be honest, really should be going back to base to heal, I think. Finish off this Force Commander and then go back to base and heal before you start losing models. Yeah, they slay that Force Commander. Terminator's tied up by the War Boss and a Vortimer Razorback en route, and Flash Gates. Kickin has a squad of Flash Gates here as well with some blasters. I'd love to see these things be made into actual plasma guns because they're so awkward right now. Look at that, they really don't do that much damage to Terminators at all. Because for some reason they have to be balanced around the fact that they do more damage to heavy infantry and the fact they're AoE. So really, they're just good, okay, against everything. Whereas really, the blasters should be a dedicated anti-heavy infantry, super heavy infantry upgrade, but they're not.
You shoot me, I shoot you.
Sneaky Commando's going to get the natural again. Scrappy. Commanders have gotten that natural. Nob's walking into a bit too much fire right now. Had to use Frenzy. They actually got suppressed by the Assault Cannon. But they've got the backup they need now, the Crusaders. The Nobs are great just because of how durable they are, man. Nearly level 4. Oof, level 4 Nobs are nuts. Over 5,000 HP even at level 3. God damn. 28 VPs left for the red team. Only now sending units forward. I don't know why he's leading with the beamers. Though to be honest, I don't know if these guys can even force the beamers off. They don't have much damage. Probably just going to throw a burner bomb out. Or he just hangs around and goes for the decap again once these Order Malleus have moved on. But I've noticed that the red team have took the part of the map on the top. Yeah, Sternguard should be able to take that back. Red team down to 24 VPs. Commander Nob looking to take out the war truck, but also scout in the middle. Quite unbelievable that there are no detectors versus Commander Nob this late. Commando's not able to take the point because the Terminators are sitting on it. So going to lead with the Force Commander and a Predator tank. Commander Nob opens up his engagement. Going to kaboom to get rid of the Crusaders, but they're moving very fast with that Word of the Emperor. Commander Nob needs to... Wow. I was going to say he needs to get out of there. He tries with the grappling hook. And he infiltrates, lol. What the fuck? Shooters going for the decap in the middle. They're going to get wiped for it, but the Terminators can take over. Yeah. However, Sluggers are back on the point with a Warboss lurking up at the natural of Довер. He needs to stop that, but he's got nothing there. The Predator's busy fighting in the middle, not doing much to Nobs who have activated Frenzy. Double Crusaders absolutely tearing those Terminators to pieces in the middle right now. Terminators teleport away and land up in the face of Nobs. Not ideal, and yeah, very nice play to keep the Terminators there of Mostafa on the natural VP. That back cap from the Commandos not really very viable. Mostafa realizes that that was the big attempted push by the blue team, and it failed quite dramatically, so that is the end of it. Even dropping an orbital bombardment in the base for the BM. Very BM ending there from Mostafa, calling GG when there's like 60 VPs left. I mean, he's right, but you don't call GG when there's still quite a bit of time left in the game before you literally are made to lose. If you're the winning player, let the opponent call GG first, then you call GG. Because it's kind of like passively aggressively saying, yeah, you can concede now. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, well done. Thanks for that match. Yeah, imagine you're in a grappling competition and you know you've got them in a really compromising area and you're going to set up the armbar in a minute, but before you've even locked it in, you just say, yeah, thanks for that roll. Good roll, mate. Could you imagine? That would be terrible. Yeah, it's BM. Anyway, Pretty good game, pretty good. Come down to 24 VPs in the end. The red team do take it. Not able to push back in the middle. And Terminator sitting on this point. Really nice end game decision there by Mostafa. A lot going on and a lot to discuss in that one. Big turning points. I mean, the bug here with the arc on the foot of Gork was terrible. Not really a turning point, but just sad to see. That would have been a juicy as fuck foot of Gork. The big turning point was this Land Raider Redeemer by Довер being pushed far too deep with no support. He pushed it in after most of his forces retreated. He should have soft retreated them back to the Land Raider Redeemer and then did a timing push with it. Commander Knob put in some great work in the late game with his rockets, but I think he really struggled in the early game. And these Crusaders, man, they did amazing. Nice build to see. Double Crusaders in tier 1 with initially the Indomitable ability from the Armour of Fortitude and the Blessed Icon. Actually proving very, very strong. Force Rod, questionable. But hey, the Demon Hunter got level 10 in the end, so worked out pretty well for him, I suppose. The Flash Gates are shit as always with the blasters. Such a pointless unit. And Nob's actually proving to be very strong. I would have liked to have seen more investment earlier from Kickin. I think he floated quite a lot in tier 3, but to be honest, overall Kickin played amazing. He was constantly rotating around the map with that war truck. Kept the war truck alive all the way to the end. Level 4 war truck. This thing was a mini fucking battle wagon. Battle wagon actually did amazing for Cry as well, so yeah, a lot of cool plays from a lot of the players here. Hope you enjoyed that one, guys. I know we don't do too many 2v2s, but hey, if the views are good, you'll get more of them. But usually they're not that good, so if you want the views to be good in the 2v2s, like and comment, and then that gives YouTube the incentive to advertise it to more people, which makes the views go up more. Thank you for tuning in, folks. Torpid signing out.